Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble, 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. And I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, okay? Make sure you have an empty cup. You want to see what's really up, okay? Okay. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. Someone can be feeling like they're binded, like they're stuck in a situation, like there's no way out. Maybe you've been in this situation for a long time. Maybe you feel like you're stuck in a situation and there's no way out, or maybe you see no ending to you being released from the situation as well. Okay. And maybe you feel this way because it's been a long time, okay? And finally, you are having an opportunity where you can break free from these chains here. I said chains, okay? And have some freedom of choice and free will. This could be something that's maybe traditional, maybe according to your family or your lineage. Maybe there's some kind of belief system that you have been respectfully following and honoring. Okay, but now you have the opportunity to break free, or either you're choosing to break free from this belief system. Okay, you could have been concerned all as well as being like disowned or not loved by your family because of this. There could have been people being very critical, telling you, oh, you don't have to just do what you want, just break away. But the truth is, when you are brought up in a particular belief system, traditional system of any kind, of any sort, it's easier said than done. If that's all you know is one way of being or doing or thinking and existing, then it's really hard for a person that's in that situation to see it the same as someone who's on the outside passing judgment. So I'm also picking up, you receive a lot of judgment. People saying, criticizing you. Like, you don't have to be in that situation. You don't have to be this. You don't have to do that. And you could be like, you have no idea, maybe you've been taught or brainwashed, collective, and you may have found that out now that you are older, you're moving forward, that things you have been told about this traditional belief system is not true. Not all, but some things. Okay. And so you are choosing to focus and love yourself. You are choosing self-preservation, and you're choosing to experience life. I'm picking up that you feel like you've missed out a lot of your youth, your youthful years. You feel like you've missed out on a lot of timing of your life because you chose, to follow the traditional beliefs of your bloodline, or of your lineage, even though people try to persecute you and judge you for this, people on the outside. But I hear you saying you have no idea. People have no idea what it's like. Okay. And that makes a lot of sense. When you're on the outside judging someone else's situation, the person that you're judging, if that's all they know, then that's all they know. They're unable to see a different perception of maybe leaving the situation, or the possibilities of what it would be like, or which way to go, or where do they start. It happens. It happens. Okay. But you're taking charge, with the Knight of Access here. You're taking charge of your life, very ambitious. You're choosing to do this on your own as well, very daring energy. You could also have maybe people within your family, maybe warning you, like, you better not. But I see, even though that they are warning you of, maybe disowning you, not speaking to you, or you can't come around, or we're not going to support you, I see you moving forward. I see you moving forward and not caring. You're like, look, I want to live my life. There are some things that you want to do, that you feel that maybe your family would not be in agreement with, and you've been holding this back for a long time. You could be from a family that doesn't believe in women working or furthering their education, and maybe there's something you want to pursue. I see someone applying for school. Like, no, I want to become a doctor. I'm going to become a doctor. Congratulations to you. This is very positive energy. This is not you trying to rebel to do anything to hurt anyone. This is just something you're desiring, and it's something about a career. Okay, but I see someone applying for school, furthering their education. You want to give yourself experiences and opportunity. You also have a desire to travel. I'm picking up on someone who wants to travel. So maybe you're enlisting into the service. Okay, whether this is the Air Force, whether this is Navy. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you were told, not to do that. All are welcome on this channel. Does not matter what your belief system is. Okay. Yeah, no judgment zone here. Okay, so yeah, I see you actually applying. If you want to go to the service, you're doing it. You're like, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Okay. Maybe it's a different belief system. Maybe you want to leave the church that you at. And you found another church you want to go to. You're like, no, I'm going to do this. Whether it's Catholic, Baptist, whatever, you're making a change. And you've been wanting to do this, but this change isn't anything to hurt anyone. Like, I'm not picking that up, that you're stealing or taking anything. It's just all about judgment. But you're leaving that to the side. And you're like, look, if they're going to judge me, so be it. You're like, I'm willing to stand there and take all the judgment and criticism that maybe my friends or family want to give me. But I'm going to go ahead and further my education. This is something that you are desiring. So, and I also see you being successful. I see you being very ambitious, with the Knight of Axes. You're being ambitious and successful. If it is schooling that you are applying for, you're applying for it and possibly graduating with all honors, that kind of energy. Like, you're really, wow, very ambitious. But I like the way you're channeling your energy. You're putting your energy, your focus on transferring your life, making these changes, but it's all for the positive. This is about abundance, prosperity, and growth, and you wanting to travel. You want to see different things. Maybe you feel you've been homebound. I'm picking up someone feels they've been homebound, whatever that means. You feel you've been introverted or forced to be introverted. You feel closed off from the world, and you don't like that. You don't like that. And you're not judging your family, those who are in agreement. If the women are in agreement of that, you're like, I just want to travel. I just want to go to college. What's wrong with me taking some classes and getting a career? Even if you are a parental figure, you're like, I can be a mom and go to school too. Who says I can't? Okay, very beautiful. And so you're releasing, your burdens. You're releasing your burdens. Anything that's exhausting you, and you're running fast. And and metaphorically speaking, as this person is running here, you are very passionate and excited about this new beginning, and whatever sacrifices need to be made. Judgment, not talking to you, disowning you, you're not concerned because you're going to be successful. You're going to be successful. You're going to be very prosperous in your life moving forward. Even if this is not you going back to school to further your education, this could be you just separating yourself maybe from traditional beliefs or thinking, and maybe going to get a job. Maybe you're from a background where they don't want the women to work for whatever reason. And you're like, look, I found a job. I want to work because I want to contribute. There's things I want to do. And by me not working, maybe you're tired of your spouse complaining about money, or I don't know. I know that's right. Ooh, arguing about money is just ill. But it is. It's just ill. Maybe you're tired of being pocket watch, or not having certain things, but you're willing to work for it. And I feel that's beautiful. I don't think it's beautiful. It is beautiful. You're like, look, I don't want anyone to give me nothing. I'm strong. I'm healthy. I'm smart. I can be working somewhere. I could be furthering my education. I want to apply myself to make my life better. And that is simply beautiful. So we have the Eight of Wands here. So there's information coming in that's going to create some kind of action. So You may receive a letter of approval if it's schooling that you applied for, or that job that you applied for. You may receive an approval for a job, that you're hired, and like, I'm out of here. I'm packing my things and I'm out of here. But we're closing out with the beautiful Ace of Cups because, see, with the Ace of Cups, this is abundance. This is overflow. This is new love, new creativity, but this is joy, having a life of joy. What you feel you have missed out on for so long. You will be able to experience that happiness, that joy, and that bliss. So simply beautiful, collective. And I'm just going to say, congratulations, whoever you are. You are actually and honestly stepping out on faith. Later.